What is up, StarCraft fans? It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. It's going to be remastered, but you already know that. Here, it's going to be Action versus Stork in an utterly epic game that I cast as part of the live stream from last week. The Falcon is Unemployed StarCraft stream, man. So, bottom right, it's going to be a brown Protoss player. It is Stork. Bottom left, here on Circuit Breakers, it is Action. He is a red Zergy Zerg. Now, this game is incredible and awesome. We're going to do red versus blue just because I don't like the brown color. And I don't think I did it justice with my cast when it was live because I'm distracted by chat and people throwing out super chats and stuff. So I'm focused now. And again, this is an EPIC PVZ sent to me by RJB a couple of years ago. It sat in the replay folder, and then I cast it as part of the live stream, and wow, it is excellent. So, hit that like button, man, if you're excited to see an excellent PVZ between Action and Stork. Scouting out, here is Stork Overlord moving up the left side. Not going to see any Protoss unless he sees this probe. So, this probe is cross-spawn scouting. Not going to see any creep indeed, but maybe he can see the Overlord, right? Alright, so no creep here. That was a gamble, and you lost, but that's A-okay. You're still in the game. And let's see if he sees the Overlord. Okay, he doesn't see the Overlord. It's going to be an overpool play here from Action. Overlord scouting out the correct direction here. And the probe says, let's go ahead and try to block off your expansion here. Based on the drone timing, he knows that the pool is on the way or almost done. And says, I can't defeat 2 drones, but just making sure that you expand. That's A-okay. Drone harassing a probe here on the other side as well. Forge expand timing, throwing down a cannon because it is a pool first play. And this probe says, yes, you did make Zerglings, so the cannon is definitely necessary and needed. I'm going to try to distract, and bam, probe down. So, Overlord says, no Protoss, Protoss here in the top left, because the drone already knows where the Protoss is. And are we going to take, all right, we're going to take an early third. Well, not early, because, yeah, it's a Forge Expand. There is no single way that Zealots can go across the map here and cancel it in this build, right? If it's Gateway first, yes. But if it's a Forge Expand, no. A second probe is here on the map. And guess what? He doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. Because again, buildings morphing in are so limited with vision here that you can't see the pylon. Lair on the way. Can we see this cannon? No. That is so sneaky by Stork. An excellent, excellent opening here. The Overlord doesn't see it either, man. If he was a little bit to the left here, he would, right? Little tiny bit left. And now he sees it. Because again, hatcheries that are done have a giant vision radius. But it is a little bit too late. And there's a Zealot already here. And the third base cannot be saved, man. What is this? 4 Zerglings? 4 Zerglings versus a Zealot and 2 cannons? Bleh. And a probe? Nope. Alright, so cannon rushing the third base on Circuit Breakers. Stork, you still got it, man. Yo. All right. So, hatch down. Got an Overlord. Run, Overlord. Don't be killed by the cannons. Run. Another Overlord. And Lings. Don't get dragged. Don't get dragged into the cannons. And excellent job there by Action. Just making sure that we are not. So, this Zealot is not dead? Okay, so not dead. Hydralisk's already out. Nope, not a lair. Canceling the lair here and going right into Hydralisks with speed. Where are you going to try to take your third base now, huh? Here, there's no gas here. And in Stork's place, I'm on 2 bases. The Zerg's on 2 bases. I'm making Corsairs. Citadel of Adun warping in. Excellent. Do love that Citadel. +1 as well here for Stork. And third base, yep, coming in the minerals. No gas. A little bit too close to the fire there, Mr. Hydralisk. But there are no upgrades going on this forge, so there's no upgrades to cancel or deny. Losing the gateway here is pretty much very, very common here in a PvZ, so Stork is A-okay with it, throwing down 4 cannons just to make sure he is safe from these Hydralisks. 4 cannons. Overlord, oh my gosh, no, we're gonna drive him into the cannons. Oh, the Overlord says, nope, not gonna go ahead and be driven into the cannons here, but save it, Hydralisks, save the Overlord. Excellent job. 2 Hydralisks on the job there. And saving the Overlord. Ooh, Zealot. Zealot and a Corsair. Oh my gosh, the micro. The micro here. Lings helping the Hydralisks. Okay. So just a lot of micro up here that I did miss in the original cast. But keeping the Overlords alive, excellent job. Keeping the Corsair alive, also excellent job. A little bit easier, but hey, we take those. And how many? Only 2 Hydralisks can fire on this pylon? That's weird, man. Sending a link to make sure. Yep, we got 6 cannons and 2 Zealots. We've got Psystorm being worked on. We've got +1 attack being worked on inside the main base where it is safe from Hydralisks here, camping your natural. And here we go, sending out Hydralisks. Third base. Larva and minerals. That is about it. That's all we are going to provide here for you, Action. Oh, so the Action Zerg is being slowed down by the fact that a cannon rush killed his third base, man. High Templar gathering up enough energy for a Psystorm as soon as Psystorm is done, and it's not done, and here we go, jumping on these cannons. Lings and Hydralisks. Probes being pulled. Body blocking for these cannons. All the cannons are dead but 2. And now another round of Hydralisks here. My gosh. Probes are dying here, but there are 48 probes to 23 drones, so we can afford to lose a couple of probes here, and Storm's done, and that is it. Chasing it away. This Zealot, man, has seen a lot of action. And no sunken here at the natural base either. Excellent. Very, very good. All right, so what are we at right now? We're looking at Stork on 2 bases, getting a ton of gateways tossed up, 5 gateways at a time on the way here. Getting a Spire, so not just sticking on Hydras forever is Action. This Corsair, yep, they came back and killed that guy. Cool. So Corsair Ball is not particularly great at this stage. Probe trying to make sure there's not a base in the top left here. There's not. There's this one, because again, a third base with gas. And expanding here to get another base up here would be amazing for Action. And I'm honestly not sure that there's a lot that Stork could do to prevent that. I don't think there is. I'm really kind of surprised that Action isn't expanding here and expanding here because there's just nothing happening. Zealot Legs is not even halfway done complete here. Singularity Chart is not done. Dragoons are not here. This is as defensed in Protoss player as I've ever seen, but the man continues to produce Overlords. He's getting a Spire. He's working on upgrades for his Hydras. I just really feel like sending a drone up here and shutting this down would be, or shutting it down, expanding up there would be amazing. But again, action, the macro Zerg, not exactly macroing his face off here. He's really trying to keep the pressure on the Protoss, trying to keep him from getting third bases, right? He's checking here, he's checking here, he's making sure the Protoss isn't somewhere. Nobody's looked over here yet, which means that the Zerg player especially hasn't. He's trying to catch this Corsair, but the Corsair takes another path out, stays alive, wonderful. Has 1 kill, but 1 kill on a Corsair is acceptable as far as a Zerg player is concerned. So, yeah. Maybe getting an Overlord here, that'd be good. Definitely not happening. Protoss, it's 8 Mutalisks on the way here for action. Killing his own cannon because he can't get it out of his own base. And it's so many Hydralisks, dude. They do not have a +1 attack. They're working on it. Ground units for the Protoss do have a +1 attack, and they are working on a +2 singularity charge finishes for the Dragoons. So yeah, hope you're enjoying this cast. This is one heck of a PvZ so far. What an opening. And then guess what? No cannons in the mineral line means these mutas have a wonderful time. There's only 6 of them, but they are killing probes. The worker count was massively ahead. Remember that? Like 48 to 20 for Stork. Guess who's been droning up, and guess who's killing probes now? Sub 40 workers. And we're out of here. The probes are all over here on the natural base, which is horrible. They're getting pulled back into the main base now. Wonderful stuff. Third base, maybe taking a 4th base down this way. Ah, there we go. 4th base coming up left side. There it is. There's what I'm talking about. This is what action needs to be doing here. DT on the way. More and more Mutalisks being produced. Mutas. Action is S tier with his Mutalisk stacking control. Dodging storms. Every storm that comes out there is one that's not going to hit a bunch of Hydralisks. So they can accept that. I believe they're totally okay with that. So more DTs being produced. We're going Dark Archon. We're getting a Maelstrom out here. I feel like we're probably going to. If we're Stork. DTs at this stage of the game, 12 minutes in. There's Overlords with speed. There's Mutas flying around. I'm not sure DTs are going to get a lot of value. But, oh my gosh, there's not a cannon in the main base again. Dude, Stork. I know the Mutas are going to take it down, but it'll buy some time. Down to 35 probes. That probe just had its entire life flash before its eyes. He was like, wait, what? How am I not dead? Like 10 Mutalisks flew right over me. Don't know, man. Should totally be dead. 350 APM right now from action. He is doing a bunch of stuff at the same time. Microing his face off. Macroing his face off. There you go. Making drones up here. Maelstrom is on the way. But yeah, Speedlots with +1 attack. Pretty good against Hydras. Even though they do have that +1 attack of their own. Mutas. 11 Muta stat. Guess who doesn't have cannons in his mineral line yet? That's right. Stork doesn't. Golly, dude. The cannons were just a tiny bit too late. In fairness, he was trying. That probe. Dude. This probe has a cloaking field on or something. I don't know what's going on. DT wanders up to the 4th base of action and is hacking away at it. You can save it. I'm pretty sure the Overlords have speed. Run up there. Build an Overlord here. I don't know. He's too busy microing over this way, trying to pick off the High Templar as part of this group, I guess. Dark Archon doesn't have energy for a Maelstrom yet. It doesn't need it. All the Mutas get killed anyway by the Dragoons and the Psystorm. I cannot believe this damn the Dark Templar is just allowed to sit here by himself and hack away at this 4th and kill it. It's insane. In fairness, Stork's being very distracting, being out on the map here. Mutas, the remaining Mutas, fly in and attack the Nexus, I guess. Not sure what that's all about. Probes getting absolutely murdered here. And the Mutas are dead too. Fine. This is a million Hydralisks, dude. 106 supply of Hydras is a lot. He's just going all Hydra all the time. Any Queen's Nest? No. Oh, Overlords don't have speed. Oh my gosh. He couldn't save it. He didn't have speed. Amazing. He still doesn't have speed for his Overlords. All right. Well, the Hydras are here. The army coming back. Maelstrom gets taken. A bunch of Hydras. Again, not as good and satisfying a target as getting a bunch of Mutas busting into the natural base here. Cannons dying all over the place. just like clockwork here. High Templar are like, do we have Storm yet? Sure do, actually. More Storms are available. There's a good one. Bruising these guys up quite nicely. And trying to kill that Archon. No, saving the Archon. No, 1, 2 hit points on that Archon. It got down to 1 hit point. And it morphs into existence with, like, no shielding at all. Poor guy. Not happy about that, I can tell ya. So, right. 3 basing action. Unpleased about this. Very, very displeased. No third gas. Didn't get Overlord speed, so he couldn't save this. Still not getting Overlord speed. Are we not worried about DTs today? What a scrap-tastic PvZ this is thus far. Absolutely scrap-tastic. How are we doing, Archon? Not enough energy for a Maelstrom yet. Fine. Mass Hydra doing what they can, but if you've got Dragoons backing up Zealots, +2 attack on the ground units of the Protoss, coming across this bridge here, +2 attack on the Hydras as well. This is just, it's fine. You're fighting on 2 fronts. Everything's okay. Yeah, everything's totally fine. Stork's holding on 2 bases. The problem is that Stork's on 2 bases at 16 minutes. And he doesn't have a 3rd base. He hasn't even tried taking a 3rd base yet. Action has been so pressure build, so pressuring today, that getting a 3rd base has really been something he hasn't wanted to risk. Action getting a 4th base is something he risked, failed miserably. Still not getting Overlord speed. Despite the fact it was a +1 Corsair opening, the man did not get Overlord speed. I don't know what Action is doing in this game, but it is kind of driving me nuts. DT, again, getting free hits because guess what? Overlords don't have the speed upgrade. Look at them not have the speed upgrade over here. It's bonkers. This probe is like, I wasn't going to try to expand over here. Nope. Not at all. Look at this DT. He's like, aha, this is the freedom of a Dark Templar when there are no Overlords with speed on the map. It's crazy to me that there is no Overlord speed here. He doesn't have a bunch of gas, right? He doesn't have the gas to make 1,000,000 Hydras and get Overlord speed, I guess. Nice Ling attack into the natural base. I don't know if they killed any probes, but hey, forcing the entire army back home is worth something. That's why Ling attacks are so good. Then you macro behind it, right? Then everything is A-okay. A-okay. 121 to 105 supply. Guess who's ahead? Stork is feeling good about that. Taking a top right. Oh, it's a bit of a ninja expand here from Stork up in the top right-hand side of the map. Will the Zerg player scout it? Will the Zerg player do something about it? Who knows? He's making 8 Overlords at a time. A Lurker Aspect getting kicked off here at 18 minutes. Big fan. Archons, not really good against a Mass Hydra play because, well, obvious reasons, but sometimes on the battlefield, you got to make them into Archons. This is probably one of these is the Archon. Yeah, this is the Archon that has 1 hit point. He's up to 118 shields now. He might survive a couple hits from a Hydralisk at this point, I suppose. But yeah, check out the live streams, man. We get games like this out there. Dude, this Overlord is murdering me. I don't think I noticed the first time I cast this game that these Overlords exist. I don't think I noticed. I simply didn't. Wow. Oh, the Archon died. Never mind. Ooh, Maelstrom preventing the Hydras from fleeing and then storming them is a hot move. That is a good use of Maelstrom against Hydralisks, right? Because usually they're going to die anyway. Maelstroming them and keeping them in place is like, I don't know. But when they're running away and you Maelstrom them, I love that. Another Ling counterattack. These guys have upgrades? No. 0-0 Zerglings, man, with speed, embarrassing at 19 minutes. That's what kind of scrap fest this has been. Good storms. Great storms. Nothing dies. All the Lings die. Bit of a Hydra attack up this way. Tried to see what's going on. Got shut down. Wonderful. Ling run by gets shut down too. Stork is in a good place. 130 to 110 supply. Got some good upgrades. High Templar getting picked off here. +1 armor upgrades. It is a weird battle. There's like no storm going down. There you go. There's the storm. No Dark Storm and no Plagues either at 19 minutes in a PvZ. And that's because there's no third gas. I don't know how many times I have to emphasize this. There is no third gas. None. Not a single one. Ooh, this Hydra made it up here, turning himself into a Lurker. to destroy this entire Nexus all by his lonesome. Very, very sneaky stuff here from Action, getting a single Hydralisk up into this base. He's like, I can't do anything with just a Hydra, but maybe a Lurker can. These Lings are just not upgraded, and they're bad. Yeah, 0-0 Lings at 20 minutes. Look, I know you're focusing on Hydras and Lurkers, and giving them the missile attack upgrade is the right thing to do. I get that. And here's the Lurker. We're getting a cannon up. Dude, that can't... Okay, so to make up for the fact that his cannon timing was terrible against the Mutas, guess what he's doing? Getting a cannon up, bringing some Zealots over, shutting this whole thing down. Lurker, never mind, still here. Hydra's trying to get up this ramp. No, Zealots are ready for that. +2 attack, +1 armor. Zealots are mean, and they can work as bouncers at many a nightclub. Yeah, this Lurker is getting chased. There's a little bit of a Ling something here. There's a little bit of a Ling something here. Lurker gets chased out thanks to the combination of 1 Zealot and 1 Observer. No big deal. And this base is in a lot of trouble here. Zealot's not holding the top of the ramp. There is no Psystorm here either. So all of a sudden looking bad. More Zealots, though, coming up. Observer says we can deal with this Lurker. No big deal. And this attack does get shut down by just nothing but speed lots. With, again, the upgrades I keep pointing out are so key here, especially against any Zerglings that might exist. 142 to 135 supply. Action is macroing extremely well, right? You're up about 8 supply as a Protoss. Not super happy about it, but the third base is providing some incredible value, especially because the main base is mining out very quickly. Stormed up. Lurkers getting out of there. Cloudy with a chance of the Psystorm here. Another attack. Once again, 0-0 Zerglings. Okay, they're +1 Carapace Zerglings now. Big Ling Hydra counterattack. Zealots holding the Lings extremely well, but the Hydras on the backside are causing some major issues. Another giant Maelstrom down south. Psystorm on the Hydras. Some of them died to Psystorm after getting Maelstromed. I guess not all of them. The natural base is in trouble. These probes are all going to die. Stork is not doing this extremely well. He's kind of losing this battle too. Boy, those probes trying to evac up the top right side here, expanding to the 3 o'clock. But Hydra's busting into the main base of Stork. 1 pylon powering a few of these gateways. Unpowered, unpowered, unpowered. 3, 4, 5 unpowered. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. And then this one gets no pylon providing power from the low ground there. High Templar trying to shut this thing down. Kind of largely does, honestly. Not bad. So bringing the entire army home to deal with this. I'd love this 1 Zergling being like, is there stuff up here? Okay, we're going to go with the 1 Lurker strategy again. It certainly has not worked thus far. Let's give it another shot. These Hydras acting like they own the joint. Repowering these gateways with more pylons. Replacing it in the exact location here. Plus Stork has this base. Not doing anything with it, but this base is providing all of the value. So here come a million Hydras. The Zealot count is a little bit less than it was the first time this was tried. So yeah, you're going to hold against Zerglings, but not really against this many Hydralisks all of a sudden. More Lings flooding up across the map. Any Queen's Nest from Action? Heck, no, definitely not. The Popo is coming up. Stork is running up here desperately trying to save this Nexus, but I don't think he can. It is too much. Too many Lings, too many Hydras, too many Lurkers. Worker count is 15 for Stork and going down. After that huge attack into the natural base, it is 38 to 14 workers. It's getting worse. It is getting worse. Another Maelstrom. Oh, I'm a big fan of the Maelstrom sound. So he is going to clean out the Zerg infestation that came up here and killed his base. That's huge. He still has this one, which he's mining from. Guess who's checking it? Guess who's checking this 3 o'clock? That's right, Action is. Guess who has a giant Ling army coming across the map? Are they Adrenalings? Heck no. Do they have anything but +1 Carapace and speed? No, they do not. Zealots trying to hold against the incoming swarm. Look at this, killing more of the probes. Sub-double digits probes. We're looking at it, folks. Just about. Somehow we're at 10. And the Lings get cleared out. Boy, if these Lings were Adrenalings, they'd be so much more dangerous. It would be absolutely impressive stuff. Zerglings come in. That pylon's a juicy target. This cannon's been putting in some work. But man, even 0 upgraded Lings do incredibly well against cannons here. Look, it took a 6 o'clock base. That's right, Action did. So it's Action's game to lose here, right? So 107, 105 total supply, 37 to 11 workers. Action's up there, which means the army's a lot bigger for Stork, which means he needs to defend this, and this attack needs to do something. I don't know if he needs to kill tech or production capabilities. I don't know if he needs to find this base and shut it down. It's being extremely hardcore defended by Action for good reason. Ling's running out. Really just a lot of Lings. So these guys bust in. A lot of the army's out of position for this. And too much of the army is Lings, I want to say. But here we go. Hydro Lurker, good pre-splits against the Storms here. Lings against Zealots out across the other side of the bridge. Looks like this Macro Hatch is going to die. Good. Psystorm and Lurker dies there too. Zealots getting caught in the crossfire. Lings trying to win this battle. Not with the upgrades you've got. You're not. Why the heck was there a Mutalisk there? I don't know. This Archon gets surrounded, but he eats a ton of storms that kills all the Lings that were causing him issues. The Spire's getting target fired, and the Hydra Den going down at the same time. Stork is kind of winning on two fronts here. His third base is living. He's killing macro hatches. He's killing tech structures. He's killing drones on gas. Still 31 to 14 workers. There are like 3 Mutalisks here and a Lurker, and they managed to bust over and go to town at that 3 o'clock base of Storks. Holy cannoli. It is getting chaotic here in Circuit Breakers, one of the greatest maps of all time, and it gives us games like these. That's why. Leaving the Mutas to kill this Nexus is hilarious, because every available unit needs to come down and defend the 6 o'clock base against this ginormous Protoss army. Still +2/+1. Haven't upgraded in a while, but in fairness, neither has our guy Action. Maelstrom catching Lurkers above ground, catching Overlords too, causing major problems here, trying to get Sunkens up. The Dark Archon explodes. Sunken getting hits off. Sunken on the right side under the Overlord. Also getting hits off as this base dead, leaving one Hydra to kill it. Sending the Mutas down to try to save the day, but there are Dragoons with upgrades. There's an Archon here with upgrades. Already has 14 kills. Some of those are probably when he was High Templar, but you know the drill. The Mutas come in and try to save the day, but there's an Archon. Gets 2 hits off on him, and they're like, never mind. You're fighting for yourself now. And this base appears to be in a lot of trouble. Drones are fighting. The Archon continuing to bust over here. Double Archon means the Mutas are all dead at this stage, and yes, the Mutas are dead. This Archon's got 22 kills, but he does get killed. Did a drone kill him? Probably a Zergling did it. It's so touch and go right now at this 6 o'clock base of Action. This Dragoon only has 14 kills. 14 kills and 6 hit points. He's running. He's running. The Zealots are trying to keep him alive. Lings are running in here to take him down, and 14 kill Dragoon does get killed by single unupgraded Zergling. Embarrassing stuff, but the Zealots are holding. The Zealots are going after the hatchery here. It's 6-2 workers now. Stork has no income at all. This base is dead. This base is not coming back. It is a 0 income to 0 income situation here at 28 minutes. Psystorm trying to chase these Hydras away. The Zealots alone should be able to deal with the Hydrolix. The production tab is absolutely empty for both players. More Zealots run down. This hatch is going to die. And that's a GG. Stork wins this game in 28 minutes and 17 seconds. I just don't know. That was a ridiculous PVZ. Stork has no income. None. Action also has no income. That's why Stork won. Usually, if you don't have income, you lose to the player that has income. I know. Mind-blowing analysis from Falcon Paladin here, but, you know, that's how it works. 10 kill High Templar. Upgrades played such a huge part today. That's a Zealot with 12 kills. Dude, a Dragoon had like 14 kills. This Zealot had 12 kills. High Templar's got 10 kills. The cost efficiency and the upgrades here from Stork really saved the day. Did he lose this base? Yeah. Did he lose this one? Sure did. Did he kill this base and this base? Absolutely true. And this base was going to die too. So this is nothing. He's got 24 supply of stuff. There's one probe hiding here. There's nothing inside the main base. There is an observer out. There's an assimilator. There's 2 cannons. A DT is wandering up this way to see if there's anything he needs to kill for the Zerg. And yeah, this army at the end of the game is 6 Zealots, 2 High Templar, and a couple Obs and a DT. That's all he has. 24 supply of Protoss, gets the win. One of the craziest endings to a PvZ I've ever seen. A lot of mistakes from both of these players, but again, it's not about he who plays the perfect game of StarCraft. It's he who makes the fewest mistakes. That's it. Tap that like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. Come on. With games like this, 170,000 points, 198,000 points here. Stork wins that. Got outproduced 3-1. Did an outkill by about almost a 3-1 there. So very, very close game based on those numbers for sure. The outspend by Action was good. Never got up to a hive. Tried to Hydra Lurker his way to victory. Got to 28 minutes and said, I'm a little bit stuck here. No upgrades for the Lings. It's just Adrenal Lings in late game PvZ are just so scary. Absolutely scary, man. Wow. Wow. What a great, great, great showing. So yeah, nicely done there by Stork. Still got it sometimes. Again, Action screwed up a bunch. Stork screwed up a bunch, but someone had to come out on top, and it was Stork today. So that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and what's the other one that I'm on? Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky. Those are the new ones. Did I say Twitch? Whatever. You know where I am. Search Falcon Paladin. You'll find me in a million places. So yeah, until next time, as always, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being so awesome and watching Brood War in 2025. And you take care of yourself.